Yesterday, Montreal blew out Anaheim 5-0. Caden Primo got a shutout. Brandon Gignac, who's a Quebec native, only played 5 games in the NHL in total, scored his first goal in the league with the Montreal Canadiens of all teams. That's got to be so special for a kid from Quebec. Nick Suzuki putted a couple more goals. He's on pace for the most points by a Habs player since Alex Kovalev in 2007-08. Overall, it was just a really fun night to be a Habs fan. What's even more fun than that for that fan base right now, though, is how Juraj Slafkovsky's been playing lately. You know what? It's been talked about for a couple of months how he's been coming around slowly but surely. He's been developing. The points weren't necessarily coming, but you could tell his game was really improving and that the points would come eventually. He now has 9 points in his last 6 games. What's impressing me most about his game lately is that he's not one-trick ponying this thing. He's using all the tools that led to him going first overall to Montreal in the first place. Particularly his vision. Man, this kid sees the ice well, especially on the power play. Then there's the shot. Remember his second NHL goal ever last year against St. Louis, that bomb of a one-timer? Everyone saw that and was like, whoa, where did that come from? Do more of that. Well, he has been. The kid's got a good shot and he's finally starting to use it more effectively. And that makes him even more of a threat on the half wall in the power play because he's got the vision and the passing ability to thread a pretty one, but he's also capable of just letting one fly. Look, Slafkovsky's never going to be the fastest guy on the ice, but as we saw in his first assist yesterday, he can use those long, powerful strides to his advantage when he wants to. Then of course there's his size, which even when he's struggling offensively, he's going to be able to use that. But man, some of these offensive plays he's making here, I'm starting to wonder, Habs fans, can we say it? Can we say now that Juraj Slafkovsky has arrived? Nobody's proclaiming him as a superstar right now. The confidence he has with the puck and the plays he's making, we hadn't seen that from him in his NHL career yet, especially not this regularly. He's taking big steps forward, and hey, that Habs first line, Slafkovsky, Suzuki, Caulfield, those fans must be so happy about this. You got chemistry between your 3 crown jewels here, especially between Slafkovsky and Suzuki. Like on that third goal yesterday, Slafkovsky gives it down low to Caulfield. It ends up coming back to him. A lot of guys in this situation would have tunnel vision. Okay, I'm going to try to beat Dostal where I see net, which is above the left shoulder. Instead, as the puck's coming towards him, he sees that Suzuki's open back door. He doesn't need to take that extra second to find the lane or dust it off. He knows that if he does that, the lane's most likely going to get closed. So a very smart one touch over to Suzuki, goal. For a guy whose rookie season was cut really short and struggled mightily at times last season, it's been really nice to see him find his form here and be like, hey, hold on, there's a reason I got picked first overall. It's still too early to call him a star player, but with the way he's putting up these points, I think we can say it. Juraj Slafkovsky's arrived. He's ready to be a top 6 point producer in the NHL. My question now for Habs fans though is, you've been watching this guy, you've been seeing him develop and grow, you've seen the type of player he is. Throw away the first overall pick status for a second. This player, what you've seen of him, do you think he's going to grow into being a star, or do you see him projected as a good 50 to 60 point player? Up until somewhat recently, I would have said the second one, but again, he's been doing such a good job developing and using the skills that make him dangerous. Now, does that mean 75 point potential or 95 point potential? I'm not sure yet, but I don't think this is just a lucky hot streak for him. I think he's finally adjusting to the NHL and having to play against NHL competition every single night. I think he's just more comfortable with that now. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to put up 9 points every 6 games. But I do think he's here now. I think the real Juraj Slafkovsky has been unlocked. Not the one who had to learn to keep his head up to brace for impact, or who had to move to a whole new country and be the new focal point for one of the craziest, most intense hockey markets in the whole world. As an 18-year-old, no less. He's definitely grown, and it shows out there. If you want more Habs content, let me know by liking the video, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. You're awesome.